Welcome to the show, Ray Frost. You're a musician and songwriter with over 30 years of professional experience. Coming from a musical family, your cousin, Daniel Jones, enjoyed success in the 90s as one half of the chart-topping pop duo Savage Garden. You yourself have also recorded with Daniel on his most recent album. You've played with and toured with bands over many years, including the Rubettes, most recently with Herman's Hermits, with whom you've toured all over the world. You then decided to pursue a solo career and have had some exciting news for your first album, Coming Home, which was released in 2019 and has been well received. There's a ton of stuff to talk about with you, Ray. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and please do tell us more.
Wow, what do you want to know? My life.
Yeah, go for it.
I write mainly with guitar. My first instrument is acoustic guitar. I play piano, and all the other instruments that come with it after 30 years.
Right.
But I don't know what happened. So I just ended up writing a crazy amount of songs in such a short space of time. And I was well chuffed with it, I'll be honest. And then my cousin, Savage Garden, let's try and go through that. They're three brothers. Daniel Savage Garden, the elder brother, is my producer, Oliver Jones, and he lives in Koh Samui. So he contacted me and said, I've heard some of these demos, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it just went on from there, and I've just sort of been carried along with it, really. It's I just enjoy the process of writing songs. It's incredible.
So how did your journey start?
Someone told me if you play guitar, you get girls.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It doesn't matter about the coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just from there, the schoolboy, bands, and where I was from, like Essex, I was lucky enough to be friends with people like Nick Kershaw, Depeche Mode, Alf, Yazoo, and Dr. Feelgood, and all those guys were like a circle of musos that once you infiltrated and they liked you, it was good, and you learned a lot.
Yeah.
People in your family play too?
Yeah, my mother she played Hammond organ. My brother's a professional musician. Daniel, really, I guess he's the most successful of the family, with Savage Garden.
Yeah.
Next, Small Fortune with 2 albums. Only done 2 albums, but took over the world,
Yeah, huge album though.
And you're a songwriter as well, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's my baby, really. Writing songs. I do a gig down here every Friday in a small bar restaurant, really. 20, 30 people max, including the staff. And I only play my music, which is very rare for down here. They all want to hear Van Morrison and Sweet Caroline and stuff. I'm really touched how people accept the songs. I'm going to be biased. They're good songs. I did send one actually one got sent off to Westlife when they were doing their last album. It never actually made the album, which was a bit of a sod, but I don't think it did anyway. Yeah, I'm just in love with the process of getting an idea for a song and seeing it through and having it finished. It's I don't think there's anything like it. I don't think there's anything like it. Nothing comes near.
Where do you tend to get your inspiration songwriting from? Is it always sort of personal experience, maybe, or where would you say you got most of your sort of thoughts from with regards to what you write about?
I think it's my wife. I'll be honest. I mean, she's such a love. She's great. Yeah, Rocío Pacheco Aguilar is her name. Lovely name, and I don't know. We're just like soulmates, and I imagine scenarios. That's how I write songs, really. I imagine scenarios. Like, do you remember the picture of Princess Diana when years ago, before she was with Charles, and she's standing in a kindergarten with a small child and the sun's through her dress? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
Remember that vaguely? So you can Google it. It's very famous. With that photo inspired a song called "Meaning to Ask You." You know, and I invent or I see stories. I see stories when I write. I see the story going through, and then I imagine what instruments will be. So that will be those musicians, and I don't know. Everyone's got their own way of doing it. I don't know. You know, but that's how I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a lyricist too?
Yeah, I write everything. I get the idea, and it all just flows. Everything comes. Everything's me. I'm just Mr. 200% when it comes to royalties. Don't share it with anybody. Yeah.
Now, we ask the question here all the time. How much do you love music?
How much do I love music? Wow. I've tried to walk away from it many times.
Okay.
I mean, I originally came down to Marbella as a builder 25 years ago, 20 odd years ago. And, you know, I can walk past my array of like 40 instruments here and pick up a hammer and earn more money with a hammer. Literally. It's, you know, especially with the COVID thing, now you have to go and tour and you have to sell merchandise in order to get any money from it. You know, but if you just keep going back to it, it's just, you know, I've got friends who are the same. It's like it's like it's in your DNA and you just can't get away from it. It's just, you can't get away from it. You know, I'm going to be on my deathbed and go, oh, I've got an idea for a song. You know, and they just come, constantly logging ideas. I mean, how they did it years ago. I mean, there was, I can't remember his name now, famous muso anyway, come up with an idea for a song and had to sing it all the way coming down from the north of England on the M1, singing it to himself so he wouldn't forget it, you know. I mean, how many songs did the Beatles actually forget?
Yeah.
Because you can't write them down. You know, they used to write them down and go, don't actually remember that one, so it's probably not that good, you know. Or do you remember that? No, we've all done it. But we're very lucky in this day and age. We can log and register everything at the press of a button and carry it around. David Gilmour, for example, he's got like 1,000 files. Probably only 5% of them are any good, but they're ideas. It just gives you an idea. Listening to a radio out of tune, out of the way, well, you'll hear a different medley, and you'll just come up with an idea. You know, so it's a really interesting journey. I'm in love with the whole process, really. So, do I love music? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have to say.
Yeah,
I have to say.
Do you write social conscious music?
I write ballads, love songs. I've recently joined a punk band called. I just, way beyond me. I'm more an acoustic guitar player, but I was asked to join this thing called the Zex Pistols. So it's on that. You know where we're going with that. You know, and I got into it, and I went, yeah, I can write punk songs. I can write some punk songs. And they went, oh, go on then, you know, and I just sort of banged out 2 punk songs just like that. So, I can write anything. I can write rock songs. I can write country songs. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. You put a gun to my head, I wouldn't know. I just come up with an idea. Someone I saw once really tired coming up a hill. I said, hey, you know, are you okay? He said, the last 100 foot killed me. I said, oh, 100 foot, you got the 30-yard blues. And that was it. I was off. 30-yard blues. Then you go, 30-yard blues. It's a boy who's got to go and meet a girl who's been unfaithful or whatever. Picket fence, America. Go through the little picket fence. He's got to walk up to the house. The Walk of Doom. 30-yard blues. And that was the story. And that became the song. You know? It's just silly things like that. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You talk to others, talk to Ed Sheeran, talk to Mick Jagger, talk to anyone, and they've got a different process. But it's I just love it. I just love it. Right.
Tell me something like when you play with Hermit, right? I was quite a successful builder, so I thought if I can take that logic and that
drive and put it to music, surely I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Surely it's just business. It's just going to be business.
Yeah.
So what I did, I infiltrated the 60s circuit.
Okay.
I managed to get in with the Rubettes. And from there, I made sure I was good enough to be noticed. I don't know if it works, but from there, I joined 2 other bands, the last one being Hermits. You know, there's an example with Hermits. Ray, can you come to Germany? We're stuck. That guitar player can't come. 3 gigs. Yeah, send me the songs. When we going? We're going on Wednesday. I've got them on Monday. But I'm not stupid. I learned all the hits. You know, got there. When are we playing? Tomorrow. Okay, we need a. We'll get our heads down. Got up in the morning. Breakfast in the hotel. Get together for an hour. Yeah, okay. I went there with the guitar. Right, what are you singing? What's the first song? Right, okay, right, I'll try it out. And I said to my wife, Rothio, they do it like 180 gigs a year. But I don't really want to do that. But I'm going to do it good enough where they beg me to join. That's how I do that with any band. So
you know, how does it feel? I mean, that's their songs from all of those days back there. But the cool thing is when you go perform them and you're watching the crowd and they know all the lyrics. Isn't that the coolest thing, man?
When we used to play like a kind of hush, you know, years ago they used to get their lighters out, didn't they? Now they get their mobile phones out.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden you go, Jesus, you know, they're everywhere. You realize how big, because when you play, we can literally talk on stage at this level. You know, the drummer's a bit loud, but we can literally talk at this level on stage. Out there it's booming, you know, because we're just got monitor mix we're hearing. So you can chat away, no problem. But they're hearing it all, you know. But all of a sudden, and we only see the first 3 rows. You only see, I don't know, whatever these people are here. But then you do things like kind of hush, and sometimes they're crying. People are crying. Music is a time machine, and whoosh, you're back there. You're 17 again. Yeah. You know, and that's lovely. It is. That is lovely. Same with the Rubettes. We did a tour in Germany. Again, people were crying in the front row. You know, Sugar Baby Love, Baby Love, and they were crying. It's just incredible. But it is what it is. You know, that's the beauty of it. I mean, we don't know each other, and there's people out there I don't know, but we've all got one common thing: our song. We've got our song, the one that makes us go,
yeah.
You know, and it binds us together. You can't get away from it. It doesn't matter where you are; you hear it, and you're gone. You know, that's the power of it.
That tune, something good, right?
There was something good. Yeah.
That it was such a big hit, you know, because it was over in America too, and I get over. Oh, it was massive, man. You know, and like, do you guys go on tour with other nostalgia groups? You know,
we were doing the Sensational 60s or the Gold Tour, or whatever, and that was with like Amen Corner, Swinging Blue Jeans, Dozy Beaker, Mick and Titch. You know, I mean, all these guys now are nearly 80.
Gotta be. Yeah, man.
Still out playing, because that's all they know. They don't know anything else. I mean, Hermits, the drummer's been playing the same tunes for 56, 57 years. The same. I would die. I couldn't do that. I personally couldn't do it. But, you know, I bet he's got a bigger bank balance than I. And he didn't write the songs. You know, it was other songwriters. Carole King wrote Into Something Good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the bands I've been with, the big bands, you know, that have been on Top of the Pops and all sorts, not one of those hit songs was written by a band member. They don't write songs.
Wow.
It's a business. I understand it's a business.
Yeah, you got
to. You write the song, that's money.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you had any hits out?
Yeah, we had one in Australia. We had a number 5 in Australia in 2020 with a song called You Got Me Running. And then we had a minor hit with, I think, the better song called Lucky to Be Me. I mean, you can go check it out in the videos. It's all on YouTube, Ray Frost Musician. Just Google that and you'll see loads of it. But I mean, fabulous song, absolutely fabulous song. But for me, it's just like an acoustic guitar, sit with some people, even in a stairway, for God, and just play acoustically. And that's what I love more than big amplifiers and electric guitars and stuff. I like the rawness and cutting things down to basic. And that's the true test of any good song.
Oh, do you sing as well?
Oh yeah, sing them all, play them all, write them all, produce now. Do a lot of producing now.
Yeah,
it's something I never wanted to get into, the production side of things, because it's endless, absolutely endless, and it's a bottomless pit of money. It can just drain your resources like unbelievable. So I just do basic stuff. And the last album, Free, which was taken by, you might know, All of Me by John Legend.
Okay.
He's producer. I don't know, can't remember. Something Richard III, something like that.
Right.
Well, I had a record deal in America, and the company I sent the stems off, which are the individual tracks per album, per song. And they produced them up over there, and that didn't make a lot of difference really. They were just a bit brighter and more professionally done. And that record company, they pushed that album, Free. It's called, the fourth album's called Free. But yeah, I never wanted to get into production. Do some drums, put the bass over it, or whatever. Bang a tambourine, electric guitar, put some more vocals over it. There you go. Here's your demo. If it's a good song, you can see through all that.
I love it. Now, I heard you got a very, very famous bird.
Yeah, can you see him? He's on my shoulder now. You see him? Little cheeky. Yeah, he's okay. The backstory really is, I had birds years ago when I was a kid. Grew up in the countryside in Essex in England, and when we got here and got settled and everything, we built a big aviary, and we used to take in wounded birds and hurt birds, broken wings, that sort of thing. And it sort of just went on from there really. And then this little fella, when it gets hot here, boy, it gets hot. And he was hanging out the nest in July. I mean, they just breed crazy. The amount of, what do they call it, a zebra finch. Okay. And I just, all I could see was his head hanging out. I got him out and raised him up. And if I pick up a guitar now, for example, it's all caught up here. It's typical. No, he just do this. He'll come and sit on the guitar. He just loves it. Look, watch. He's just in love with the guitar.
Goes straight on it. Oh wow!
If you stop, he'll pick the strings. And tell you,
like keep playing.
He wants you to keep playing.
Yeah, he just wants you to keep playing.
Yeah,
he wants you to keep playing. He's
play one. Let's see what he does.
Yeah. Cheeky. You like it?
Yeah. Love
it. All the songs I learn them without a bass string, because he sits on. Listen.
He sits on the bass.
You see that? I'm plucking the bass string, and he sits on it, and I can't hear the bass string.
Yeah.
I play G.
Yeah.
Now he's gone. But he's amazing. He's always with me. He cries. He's got 4 or 5 cries that you'd never know. They're just like little tiny birds. But he cries to go to sleep. He cries when I'm not around. I can hear him if I leave the room. Yeah, he's just incredible. For a bath, he cries for a bath. It's just incredible bird. They've got so much brain, and they sit and work things out. You can see them. They move their head and they work things out. Is it good? Is it bad? But he's just a little cheeky. He's always with me. He's great.
My brother, thank you for the privilege of your time today, man. Coming on.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks for joining us.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you. So, Tom's going to get all your information so we can spread the love.
Yeah, let's do that together.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done for spreading anything these days.
Well,
Yeah.
just want to take, if I can, some details from you. If you've got any kind of social media contact information or maybe kind of website info that people can go off and take a look at.
Yeah, my website is www.rayfrostmusic.co.uk.
Okay.
That's pretty much all you need. If you just go to Google and call in Ray Frost musician, whoosh, it'll all hit you.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Brother, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Ray. Thanks for joining us.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.